Okay, so Haynes online manual. Now I paid about $50, $60 for this. And to answer the question, is it any good? Let's just have a look. So I'll show you what you get in the package, and then I'll show you some other type of manuals that I purchased along the way and what I'm kind of expecting from these manuals. So let's just view the product. So you select your car, you select your model, all of that is there. You also select, I think, what type of repair and what type of manual kind of suits you, your profile. And then you've got all this information here, diagnostic faults, you've got your model up there, maintenance and repair. Okay, so let's take, for example, we want to change a drive belt. Let's do that. Okay, so at the top is what do you want to do today? Drive belt. Drive belt. Okay, it's searching. Repair powertrain drive belt. Yeah, that sounds okay. All right. And then we come down to here, engine specifics, lubrication, technical drawings, DIY. So we're still not kind of finding the drive belt. So on the side here, and I'll just move this across so you can see a little bit more. Engine, yes, it's in the engine. Specific lubrication field, technical drawings. Okay, let's have a look at technical drawings. This will kind of give you a bit of an idea on what's going on. So we do have some parts there. We've got some torque settings. That's quite good. And coolant, battery, engine, mounts, fuel system. I'm still not finding drive belt. Try it as one word. Okay, it's not one word. Let's try again. Powertrain drive belt. Okay, so we get a drive belt layout, which is not too bad. That's good. We need that. We need that. As far as specifications, how to fit it, I'm not really getting that. All right, let's look at some other things now. That was just a maintenance one. Let's go back here. Let's go back to the home. And let's say you want to do a service. Okay. We're going to service. Okay. So now we've got a picture of the car, and then we get this service chart here, which tells us all the information. Like, that's kind of what we're after. But what I'm finding with this right here is that a lot of this information is general. You renew spark plugs, DIY tutorial. So this is not actually specific to this particular model. And that's what kind of annoyed me a little bit. Yes, it is how to do it, but it's not specific. I mean, that's the wrong motor we're kind of looking at there. And that was a little bit annoying. When it's got the wrong motor and it's just got a general how to do a particular task, that doesn't look like the same motor. So that was a little bit annoying. When you're doing a manual, what I kind of expected was something like this. This is a PDF version of it, and every part, everything is relating to that specific model. Torque settings, part numbers, everything is there. So take this one for example. We looked at this other one before, and you can see the size of the nut, the torque settings. If we go here now, if I do a quick search here, drive belt, as you can see, I get all these things that come down the side, and then I can flick through until I can actually find the drive belt and all the rest. And this is step by step on the specific model of how to actually remove it, because every car is different. Yeah, you can give generals about, cars with that have the same properties, but it's better if you're getting a manual which is specific to the exact motor, exact everything. That way, if there's any little tricks along the way, they've kind of listed them. So this manual here is just a PDF one. It's not the best. There's a lot missing. Seems to be some sort of copy of what you get online and you subscribe for, but it does give you a fair bit of information, which is quite good. A lot of it's not categorized right. So this is just a cheap $30-$40 one I bought. As where this one here is more of a $50 once off sort of purchase. Some of the information is good as far as the service and things like that, but I didn't find it great. I mean, have a look at this. It's telling us about the engine oil, 0 W to 20. Okay, all temperatures, and then you can just scroll all the way down here until we're using 15W40, which is a much thicker oil. So what's specific to my particular motor? I mean, I've got every oil listed there, so how do I know which one is which? And the only difference here is, some of the temperatures and things like this. It's telling us how many liters and all this sort of stuff, but it's not great information if you ask me. Service intervals, yeah, it's more of a DIY. I've never done this type thing before, and the information is generally not specific as a manual that covers this. As where this doesn't have the service history and all the rest, still getting a lot more bang for my buck. Even the wiring and all the rest, you might get specific wiring information in this particular manual as well, but for everything else, there's a lot of generalized help. So some of it is relevant to the exact model and all the rest, but I think a lot of the stuff, when it came to general stuff, they've just used generic information to explain it. And I think that kind of sucks. So yeah, I'll refer to it just to read over all the possible information when doing a task, but it's really not as helpful as it should be. For example, this battery right here doesn't live under the bonnet; it lives under the passenger seat. So it's telling you about how to treat a battery, how to clean a battery. All this is generic type information. So if you're a DIY with no experience, this product is great. If you're a bit of a home mechanic like I am and you need more specific information, then I'm definitely going for this PDF version here. And this is I don't know, I just downloaded it from online, and this is actually, I think, a bootleg copy. So I believe this is off the from Toyota, because I believe now you can actually get manuals online, but you do have to pay a monthly charge or a yearly charge, and it's not cheap. And I believe this is like a bootleg copy you can purchase on the internet. And what you can see how all the information kind of cuts off halfway through and things like this. Print Toyota service manual. So yeah, more in depth, more information, more specific, and more, how would you say, more suited to the type of person who has done multiple working on cars before. That's what you would use this type of manual for, which is really what I was after. Because it's a bootleg copy, I thought, I'm going to try and find and see if I can get myself a real copy. And then I came up against this Haynes one, and look, for my particular example, look, it works. It gives you a little bit of an idea on what to look for, what not to look for. As where this one here will give you a few little tips, but it's more of, you already kind of know what you're doing. This is kind of just giving you the nuts and bolts information, as where this one is a DIY one, to walk you through step by step, very more general type of information. So that's not even the right brake hose, So yeah, wasn't overly impressed for my level of knowledge and what I'm working on, and for what I was actually purchasing. But if you're starting from zero and you haven't really worked on cars and you're going to try and do your own oil, I would go with this Haynes one. If you're trying to replace something that's got a torque setting or is a lot more complicated, then I would certainly look at this, getting this PDF manual. All right, there's my quick review on the Haynes repair manual compared to the PDF version. Leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.